basically because Manuela Gosner positioned the car perfectly to deny Roman Ziemian any opportunity to get by. We are running out of time here, and just 2 and a bit minutes remain. And this fight for P3 in Coppa Shell has been awesome. Absolutely awesome. And the reason it's been awesome is it's perfectly firm, fraught, but fair between the two of them. Nico, I'm really enjoying this race.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously there are other battles as well, which we have seen much too little. But I mean, you can only be there where one thing happens, and that's the overtake here between
Guy 4 and Corinna
Gosner. That's for P8 in the Shell, as we get the final warning for the 111 car who is running at the end of this pack. That is Martinez Richter, who is currently running in P3 in the AM, so that could spell even more drama. Josef Schumacher potentially being the one to benefit from any penalty, because he is the car at the back of that shot, the second yellow one, running in P4. That is Joachim Olander running in P2. You don't see the leader in the AMS because he's so far up the order. That's Christian Herd-Wipper. 3 Shell drivers between him and this fighting pack. So P1 in the AMS seems settled, but P2 and 3 are very much in question.
Blumenegg, we're on the final lap, and Franz Angsler has very nearly got the entire Parabolica. And I think the best opportunities Roman Ziemian has had to get himself a podium this weekend has probably gone. Although Manuela Gosner runs really deep there, makes a mistake, loses the back end of the car and spins. Well, that was perhaps when she was under the least pressure, Nico, because Roman Ziemian wasn't really close, and yet a mistake is made, and Roman rubs his hands and says, thanks very much. He didn't need the invitation twice.
All he needed was the commentator's curse in that instance. Well, yeah, indeed, Roman Ziemian, yesterday he was unfortunate, very unfortunate on the final lap. A little bit of reversal of fortunes. He gets that podium, but give credit to this man.
Franz Angsler, once again, has been, well, centimetre perfect across the entire 4.574 kilometres of Hockenheim. And he heads towards the checkered flag to make it 2 out of 2. For Coppa Shell, Franz Angsler is victorious once again. The Scuderia GT team will be absolutely thrilled. Well done, Franz Angsler. Here comes Alessandro Giovanelli to take P2, and Roman Ziemian, dare I say it, gifted P3. Now, Christian Herd-Wipper, another driver that's going to make it 2 out of 2 here in Hockenheim. And there you can see the recovering Manuela Gosner as Christian Herd-Wipper takes the win in Coppa Shell Am. We see von Skeltermark, Guy 4, Corinna Gosner before we see Joachim Olander and Martinez Richter, who will complete the podium for the Shell Am drivers, ahead of Andreas Koenig and Jörg Kamper and Mark Bailey and Alexander Nussbaumer. Franz Angsler, Scuderia GT, Coppa Shell race winner again.
Incredible performance. Finished with 8 seconds to the good, but you kind of got the feeling that halfway through the race he was in cruise control and you know, managed the gap rather than try to maximize and stretch it at all costs. A great, fascinating battle for P2, 3 and 4. A little sad that it was decided the way it was. Unfortunately for Manuela Gosner there, I think we will see that scene again. As you said, she was under no immediate pressure there, and then she ran too wide, tried to get on the throttle too early, and then bad went to worse for her.
It just seems absolutely amazing, Nico, that, you know, having resisted the intense pressure that she had, that at that point she lost out. Great shame, but I want to say, congratulations to Christian Herd-Wipper, but I want to say congratulations to both Roman Ziemian and Manuela Gosner, because the intense rivalry between the two of them on track, in my opinion, was absolutely, totally fair throughout the race.
Yeah, no question. And I mean, that is really a fun thing to enjoy. Here are the top 3 in the Shell. Franz Angsler, Giovanelli and Roman Ziemian takes that elusive podium. Very good for his championship drive, of course. Yeah. And certainly a good result for the D2P team, which was unfortunate yesterday. Manuela Gosner finishes P5 behind her father. She will be a bit disappointed about that finish, but she really drove a great race until that moment.
Here, the top three in each of the categories then. Franz Hengstler, Alessandro Giovanelli and Roman Ziemian for Coppa. Coppa Am, it's going to be Christian Herdwipper, Joachim Olander and Martinus Richter, the drivers that you will see on the podium. What an absolutely awesome race. Really enjoyed that. Okay, let's give you the classification with and by class. Franz Hengstler ahead of Alessandro Giovanelli, then it was Roman Ziemian. Thomas Gostner and Manuela Gostner P4 and P5 ahead of von Skeltermark Guy 4 and Corinna Gostner. Then it was Claudio Schiavoni. For the Coppa Am drivers, Christian Herdwipper, Joachim Olander, Martinus Richter ahead of Josef Schumacher, Andreas Koenig, Jörg Kamper, Mark Bailey, Alexander Nussbaumer, quiet by his own standards, Tommy Lindroth and Werner Genter ahead of Lisa Clark, Pino Frascara and Giuseppe Romelli. What a race. So Franz is ushered out of the car. He's pretty happy, and you and I have spoken to him a lot this weekend, and there is his son Luca to offer congratulations. To be fair, Luca ain't a bad race car peddler neither, if I'm honest with you. Wow,
that's very modest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I felt that was deserved. And his dominance here at Hockenheim, dare I say it, Nico, perhaps is to be expected because he's done more laps here probably than every other driver, and therefore he knows every single centimetre of tarmac here. He ain't going to have necessarily that advantage maybe at Silverstone. Let's enjoy the pit show now.
You king of the Hockenheim. Can I do that?
Yes, for sure. It's a pleasure for me, for sure. Yeah, the race was really unbelievable. I had not a good start, but I can manage the first two corners. This was important that I'm not involved in any crashes or something. So this is my focus to finish the first lap. And then I push really hard to make a little gap to the others. But after the safety car, I get the alarm in the dashboard. I lost the tire pressure on the rear left side. So this is why I really be so careful in the corner exit. I changed my driving style 3 times in the race. But important is I could finish in the first position. So I'm so happy to have to say thank you so much to my team. Brilliant job. Thank you, guys. You did it so great. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Franz Hengstler is not short of a few words, particularly when success has come his way. Let's enjoy the highlights now to music of that phenomenal race.
Christian, you won with such a huge dominance, even overtaking Coppa Shell drivers along the way. Talk us through that race from your perspective.
Yeah, it was again a really tough and hot race. The track was already burning and was much action, and I was happy to control the car, and until the end it was really a ride on the hill, but finally it worked for me, and it was much fun, and I think also much entertainment for the guys and girls who were looking to us. And so I'm happy again, and great weekend for me, and hopefully it's going on like this.
Well done, 2 of 2 for you here. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, Christian Herdvipper, like every other driver that was on the grid, yes, indeed, you made it very, very enjoyable for all of us. Just take a look at some of these stats, will you? Josef Schumacher, 10 overtakes, 44 overtakes in Coppa Shell Am, 11 overtakes in Coppa Shell. And please follow us on @Ferrari Races, because we'd love you to do that. We will be heading up to the podium. Michele Mambelli is there